Now, a new Canterbury University study has shown that nutrients are effective in treating ADHD in adults. The patients were given a combination of around 36 nutrients and herbs to trial. To talk about the study, we're joined now by Canterbury University clinical psychology professor Julia Rucklidge. Good morning, Julia.
Good morning.
Now, tell us about the study and what were the key findings.
Well, what we did was that we put people, half the group on micronutrients, and we compared them to people who were taking a placebo. And what we found was that those taking the micronutrients were significantly better at the end of the 8-week trial compared to those taking the placebo in areas like attention, hyperactivity, impulsivity, as well as mood and overall psychological functioning. So we were really excited about the findings because this gives a lot more credibility to this field than we had before.
And what exactly did the nutrients consist of?
We gave them a broad-based nutrient supplement, so that's 36 ingredients, so that includes a whole host of all your vitamins and 16 minerals. And this approach is quite unique because most studies typically look at one nutrient at a time, like they might give zinc or they might give vitamin C, whereas we're taking the approach that the body needs a broad array of nutrients in order to function optimally, and that by giving just the one nutrient, say zinc, you actually cause deficiencies in other nutrients. And so we actually think that that's probably the wrong approach, and why this approach may have had a lot more success than other trials.
So what are the implications of this, do you think? Where do we go to next with this?
Well, the implications are that this offers people who suffer from ADHD, which is a chronic condition. It's something that obviously occurs for children, but also can occur in adults as well. And so it gives them hopefully another option, especially if we can get this trial replicated, that at the moment, the only option really available for people who suffer from this condition are medications. And so this hopefully will lead us to a new avenue and a new approach of looking at this illness, that perhaps people simply need an awful lot more nutrients than what they can get out of their diet, and that by giving them these nutrients, we can correct areas of metabolism that these people may be suffering from, as well as other deficiencies that may be occurring.
Is the incidence of ADHD on the rise?
That's always a challenging question. We do always get better at diagnosing it. There certainly is the sense that there has been an increase over the last 10 years, but whether or not that's got to do with the changes in how we diagnose this, people being more aware of it, people being more familiar with the symptoms, and so they're more likely to go to their doctor.
I was wondering whether it suggests that if it is rising, that it's partly our diet. Is our diet just not adequate in the number of nutrients in it?
Well, there's wonderful research that's come out of Australia that has shown that the Western diet does actually increase the rates of ADHD, and that what the mother eats during pregnancy can have a massive influence on what happens with her child, and does also increase the rates of ADHD in the children. And so I think that addressing our diet is really fundamental to making a massive change in terms of our rates of illness at the moment. So it definitely does suggest that diet is important, but we wonder with this research whether or not simply changing diet is going to be enough. We wonder if some people simply are more vulnerable and need more nutrients in order to correct what we think might be genetic mutations.
Okay, thanks very much for your time there. That's Julia Rucklidge there from Canterbury University.